The Arsenal agenda continues. At this point, it's it's actually quite funny. Look, I don't support Arsenal or City, but looking at this from the outside in, how City have reacted to that draw against Arsenal, looking at how the media, the overlap, various journalists, pundits have come out and called him, you know, Arteta Pulis. He's the Spanish Tony Pulis, etc. I think at this point, like, it's actually beyond funny. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you go down, drop a like if you are enjoying the content. And we are just over 500 subscribers away from the magic 25K. Big milestone for the channel. It only started in March. So let me know your thoughts. Now, the pundits on the overlap have come out. Some defended Arteta. Some have not defended Arteta. But the agenda is actually obscene at this point. They got a draw down to 10 men at their biggest rival and the holder of the Premier League, the champions. They got a draw there playing with 10 men. I don't understand why that's such a big thing that Arsenal played a, you know, the dark art style of football. Diego Simeone and Jose Mourinho have played this way for decades. Diego Simeone won a league title with Atletico Madrid using the dark arts. Jose Mourinho won a treble with Inter Milan, a league title with Chelsea. He won a European trophy with Roma. The best managers in the world know at the right times how to manage games. And at points in that game, Mikel Arteta was under the cosh. They were extremely deep in their defending, and they had to essentially wind the clock down. Any elite manager, any world-class gaffer, any decent manager at that point would try to stink the game out because they don't really have any other options. If they go to play head against head, you know, head-to-head football with Manchester City, they are going to lose the game. But asking Arteta in the media, you know, the dark arts, the amount of articles I have read this week, it's absolutely obscene. It is honestly obscene. Like, he got a good result. Manchester City are rattled beyond belief. The pundits are rattled. The talking point this week is how Guardiola has played football the true way and how Mikel Arteta, you know, Arsenal's attack's finished. Like, I don't buy this crap. I don't buy it. Arsenal last year finished 2 points off of Manchester City, who won the league title. Okay, they didn't get over the line. But their attack apparently is finished. 91 goals last season in the league. 91 goals last season. Now, yes, they've only scored 8 goals in the league. Brighton have scored 8. Newcastle have scored 7. Chelsea have scored 11. The only teams that have scored more than them are Chelsea, Villa, Liverpool, and City. Now, when you actually apply context to this, right, Arsenal have played with 10 men for roughly 2 halves of football, which is 1 game, right? They had a man sent off against Brighton. They had a man sent off against Manchester City, right? They beat Villa by 2 goals. They beat Tottenham by 1 goal. They beat Wolves by 2 goals. And they scored 2 goals at Manchester City. They scored 5 in the week against Bolton. Okay, it's Bolton. The games they've got coming up, we're really going to see how strong Arsenal's attack are because they're up against the likes of Leicester, Southampton, and Bournemouth. 3 games, Arsenal should be going out there and winning comfortably. They're doing all this without Odegaard, and you're not expected to go to Tottenham, Villa, and Manchester City with key injuries to your captain and score 5, 6, 7, 8 goals. Last year, when Arsenal had that 7 or 8 game run where they were absolutely destroying teams left, right, centre, it doesn't matter. It was purely on the fact that everyone was fit and they were firing on all cylinders. This season, they've had a good start to the season. You know, it could have been much better if they have 11 men against Brighton and 11 men against Manchester City. I think they win both games. However, they haven't lost any games. They've won 3, drawn 2, and the games they did draw was when they had 10 men on the pitch. Like, what? And even in the Brighton game, they had chances. Like, I don't buy this crap from oh, it's the wrong way to play football. There isn't a right way and there isn't a wrong way. It's down to the manager. It's down to the situation in front of them. I don't understand this. Antonio Conte at Chelsea, we played a very Antonio Conte at Tottenham and Chelsea. We played at Spurs a very pragmatic approach. Sit back, counter-attack. Jose Mourinho got Harry Kane and Son to have individually their best ever season. Son won the Golden Boot, Harry Kane won the Playmaker Award and got 18 goals. We played that entire system, not dominating possession, counter-attacking. Antonio Conte won a Scudetto and a league title playing that way, and got to a Europa League final. Diego Simeone won endless trophies. Jose Mourinho's won 25 trophies of using the dark arts. Just because it's not a high-pressing, high-flow, insanely attacking, system, okay, fair enough. But look at the actual context behind it. Look at the context, right? Arsenal were down to 10 men, not once, but twice in those games. And of course, they're not really going to go out there and dominate those games with a man down. But in the games they have played in, you're up against Tottenham, who are a very high possession-based side, right? Arsenal come out of there with 3 points. You're up against Aston Villa at their place, another heavy possession-based side. And what happened? They come out of there with 3 points and more possession and a clean sheet. So we will see where Arsenal are, how many goals they get against Leicester, against Southampton, and against Bournemouth. I think Arsenal will win comfortably their next 4 games. I think they beat Shakhtar and PSG in the Champions League. I think they beat Southampton, and I think they beat Bournemouth. The real test is going to be come the end of October/November, when they've got Liverpool, Newcastle away, Inter Milan away, and Chelsea away. But I don't get why so many people are rattled by this. I don't get why so many people, City fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans have actually defended Arsenal. I don't understand the narrative behind it. It makes no sense to me. It honestly doesn't. You're talking about a team that are going to their Premier League rivals. And I don't know if any of you realised, they led that game at halftime with 11 men on the pitch. Trossard gets sent off. Okay, it is what it is. But what other style of play are they supposed to have? I don't really understand it. Like the overlap they were speaking about. They were speaking about Manchester City and Arsenal. And I can't remember who said it on there, but someone said small team, small mentality. I don't know where we're at the moment. Like, I don't buy into it. Like, Carragher come out, criticised it, or I think Carragher might have defended it. They got a draw. City are rattled at the moment. They've just lost Rodri, their best player. Foden isn't starting games at the moment. De Bruyne has an injury. They're all things that can be fixed really easily by City, but I just don't understand it, guys. I'll be honest. Tottenham right now, that you can criticise Ange Postecoglou as well as give praise, because there's data behind it to suggest that, we're not firing on all cylinders at the moment. We've lost to Newcastle. We lost to Arsenal. We drew with Leicester. We fair enough. We absolutely battered Brighton and we won midweek, which I'm really happy about, because we're starting to see things slowly but surely click into place. But the narrative between, essentially saying it's not good enough, etc., they're playing with 10 men. We played with 10 men last night and scored 3 goals. However, Qarabag is a bit different to playing Manchester City. It's a little bit different. Let me know your thoughts down below, because I'd be very interested to hear, where people stand on this. Is there an Arsenal? I think there's an Arsenal agenda. I'll stand by it. I think there is an Arsenal agenda. People on TalkSport, Roy Keane and Ian Wright clashing. Arsenal are scaring people. In the words of Terry Flewers, Arsenal are scary. Like, They're beating teams now. Imagine you're 5 or 6 games into the Premier League season. You played Villa away, a game that you lost last year. Tottenham away, a game which you won, but it was a tough test. And Manchester City away, which you've come out with 10 men and a point. Like, all of those games come March and April, Villa will be at the Emirates, Tottenham will be at the Emirates, and City will be at the Emirates. And who knows? Who knows how Manchester City are going to get on without Rodri? Their win rate compared to with or without Rodri is night and day. So I don't buy the narrative right now that Arsenal are this Tony Pulis side. Like, I understand that it's all bad and all that, but when you got the big media outlets grilling them, okay, just someone give me an answer on how they play differently. Arteta has changed the Arsenal players' mentality. They've gone to their biggest rival, come back of a point with 10 men. I think Arsenal at the moment are a very good side. Let's look at their fixtures, because I think tomorrow they could go out and score 3 or 4 goals against Leicester. I think they score 3 or 4 goals against Southampton. If they don't, it won't be because Southampton or Leicester are better. It will be purely down to a situation in the game that's happened, which is, you know, gone against them. Another red card, for instance. Let's look at it. Leicester at home, I think Arsenal go out, score, like I said, 3 goals. PSG, I think they win as well. Southampton, I think Arsenal beat Southampton. Bournemouth versus Arsenal, I think comfortably, Arsenal go there and win 2-0. Shakhtar Donetsk, I think they won 3-0 in the Champions League. Then it's afterwards. This is going to be the real test about Arsenal's attack. But you probably have Odegaard and Marino back then. Liverpool at home. That, for me, I think Liverpool are a very, very, very strong side. Make sure you go and check out my Liverpool match reaction at the weekend. There'll be match reactions tomorrow for the Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool game. Newcastle away, a ground in which they lost last season. Inter Milan is their toughest test in the Champions League. They are an elite side, Inter Milan. An elite side. They went and played a pragmatic approach at City and got a draw. Where there's not the same energy, is there? Chelsea away, tough game. Only 4 days afterwards, then another international break. Then they play Forest. Then they play Sporting. Then they play West Ham. West Ham at the moment are in the pits. Lopetegui might not even be there. They are absolutely diabolical right now. But in terms of this Arsenal side, so far, I think they've had a good start to the season. And I think you need to apply some level of context, because I think where they are in the league right now, I think they've had a bit of a touch to, you know, for the fixtures they've had. And when I mean a bit of a touch, I mean, I think they've done well. Obviously, you need some luck to be on your side. On another days, if Watkins takes both those chances, who knows what the outcome is going to be. But tomorrow, I think they'll get back to 3 points. It'll be interesting to see whether Wanyeri plays or not. Interesting weekend. Tottenham Man United, main event on Sunday. Hopefully we can get a win against a Big Six team. Arsenal play Leicester. Chelsea have got Brighton. City have got Newcastle away. And Liverpool have got Wolves away. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. The road to 25,000 subscribers is well and truly on. And we are just over 500 away. So, yeah, big up to every single one of you. Hope you enjoy your Friday evenings. We'll be back tomorrow for some match reactions. Thank you all for watching. I am